Hello everyone, welcome back to Super Robot Wars. It's time to leave. It's time to leave. I'm Drunken Dan.
It's fine. I like how just before recording this, Dan couldn't remember what we were supposed to call the last episode.
It's true. I forgot about Bear-chan.
Come on, how could you forget about that?
She's a quality character to join the growing list of characters in our expanded universe, alongside the Wizard and.
I was gonna say. See, we have the Wizard. We have Bear-chan.
Carbomia.
No, Carbomia is a place, not a character.
They can all be in Carbomia. Carbomia is a state of mind, Sabo.
That's true.
Miles Parker, even though every time we make that joke, Sabo grits his teeth.
Oh, I know. Tom. Tom is part of our universe too.
Tom?
Yeah. It's in the one guy where they were like, when Stephen Arnell was like, hey, what should my wrestling move be? The Arrow Season 4, because it will leave you disappointed.
Oh yeah, Mirakuru, that's another member of our cast.
Yeah. Tom, come on.
Wrong Opinion Sam. My one nameless friend that I've referenced a couple times in terms of comic book stuff.
Man, we need to contact Netflix and get like an expanded universe thing going.
Who I have a sneaking suspicion has seen it because they suddenly stopped talking to me.
Oh, which one? Wait,
the one where we were talking about the whole. I don't want to get into it too much for obvious reasons. We talked it to death. The one with the Spider-Man movie stuff. I don't want to get into it too much because we've talked about it.
No, I saw a lot of people on this thing, Dan.
It was the one where you were like, name and shame, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, it does sound like me. I have the exact same problem that Blight from Batman Beyond has, where it's like, do you have any idea how little this narrows it down?
God, I keep just like, I know I should put more points into the blue Ray Earth, but like the green and the red are just better.
Well, I mean,
one's the protagonist and one's like the best healer in the game.
Although healing's not generally that important.
Yeah, I mean it's still good.
Mostly it's worth buffing up blue for when you get the team attacks.
I mean I'm still buffing her up, but I definitely have a more focus on those two. In terms of like basically it's that thing, like you know when you put units on a scale where you're like, alright, this one actually I need to buff up the Mazingers too. I need to buff up a lot of things.
Thank God you're not in charge of the military. So
hey,
I have this theory.
Hey, what do you mean? What do you mean? I gave a lot of points to the protagonist mech, and I also gave a lot to the Gunbuster. The Gunbuster is a bullshit. Why wouldn't I give it a bunch of money?
So I have this question, right? So you know the whole like Mars Discovery rover thing a few weeks back.
And then what happened?
And there was a big, Discovery rover.
Oh yeah.
Mars. So like a few weeks back, there was a big thing they were making about how they flew a helicopter on Mars, and it's like it's not really a helicopter for a start; it's more of a drone. And flew is a bit of an ambitious statement because it got like 3 meters off the ground.
It's only a model.
Well, yeah, but it just got me thinking. So does NASA just like? Is this just the thing NASA does where they do something? And I'm not saying this was necessarily easy to do, but do they do something and then they have to big it up to justify their budget?
No, I think that's the military.
I've seen the military just said, "Hey, we want more. Give us more money, you bastards," and everyone said, "Okay."
And they just keep giving them more and more money. They won't stop giving them money.
Rather, they give them working jets. It's funny because the F-35 is awful.
It is. What's really funny about the F-35 is that it was supposed to be like, yeah, this will be a cheaper alternative to the F-22. But it's not. It's more expensive and it's worse.
Costs $1 billion, kills ejector seat that kills pilots. So
it's literally it's more expensive. Even like if we're just looking at its price, it's more expensive than the 22. It's a piece of shit. You might as well just bring out an A-10 and treat it like it's a dogfighter.
I like the fact that that they insisted it had to have VTOL tank capabilities, fair enough. But because the fuel tank is so small, like, or comparative to it, is that in order to use those VTOL capabilities, it needs to immediately refuel.
Yep. Yep.
And just build fucking mechs already, Christ.
Listen. You say that, and then they're gonna fucking look at Macross, and that's gonna be the robot that they make. Not that I'd be against it.
Let's be honest. If the US military's gonna build something, it's gonna be one of the fucking awful chicken walker mech warrior things.
Probably.
You're probably right.
Because they're cowards. That's right. I said it.
I wasn't gonna argue with you.
We were all thinking it.
Let's see here. I'm just double checking my my stuff. Well, hopefully I got about 80 between Ruri and Akito to get the secret scenario, the private mission. Hopefully, we'll find out.
Well,
we'll find out. I did it on my main profile, and no, I'm not going to go through and play throughout the entire game to get their kill count up. No, I'm not that crazy.
well,
I said that crazy. And my own file is way too far into the game to be like, let's just switch to that file.
So somewhat on topic for mecha stuff, me and a friend were talking about the Netflix EVAT dub, which I still don't think I've actually seen, but she was telling me that they changed Kaoru's line from "I love you" to "You are worthy to bask in my presence," and I'm like, I'm not sure what the big difference is. I mean, if you're complaining that they removed the gay, I mean, just wait for end of Evangelion.
Yeah. Don't worry.
So,
they already removed the gay.
It's still there.
No, they did remove the gay, remember? We got to go far enough into the timeline. Remember the ending to the Ava movies?
I mean, it's all kind of the same ending, but with... Do you know what it is? Evangelion is like Mass Effect 3, and they're all fundamentally the same ending. You just have a different color explosion.
Different color waifu or husbando.
Basically, yeah.
On this playthrough, I went for that character that's barely in the story. What?
And then everyone died. The end.
Again.
I just saved you, like, fucking decades worth of Evangelion.
Fucking... Also, I'm pretty sure part of the reason why we ended up talking about jets is the fact that I've been playing... Train Man knows I've been playing Ace Combat 7, which I really, really like.
Oh no, I just always loved the opportunity to make fun of the F-35 at any given...
It is! So, I didn't even know the F-35 existed until, like, a couple weeks ago, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Because I was just... Because I do like the F-22, because I think it's a cool jet. And, I was just looking up something of it, and then, like, the result popped down with, like, F-22 versus the F-35. And I was like, what the fuck is the 35? And then I look into it, I'm like, this thing's a pile of shit.
It's the worst plane ever made.
I might as well just get an F4 out of the fucking cargo bay. Fuck it. Would you like to pilot the F-35? Nah, I'll go for the F4.
Take an F-14, thanks.
Well, F-14's good.
Well, I mean, it's also, it's the Top Gun plane.
Yes.
And play it so you could...
And also, it's the, it's also the plane that the Valkyries were based off of, too.
Yes. And in turn, you can play it therefore the jet that Skyfire was based off of.
It's true.
Or Skyfire.
They're all equally good. It's not like there's,
there are stats in Ace Combat.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in real life.
Oh, in real life it's kind of in real life it's pointless anyway because you just drone strike wherever you want to hit.
Well, yeah, but it's like you don't actually have fighter to fighter dogfights anymore, so it doesn't particularly matter.
I mean, we also haven't really had a war where
if it flies and shoots anything, it's good enough.
Yeah, that's the problem though. The F-35 kind of doesn't do two of those things.
Yeah. But also, we really haven't had like a war where it's like another army has like an actual like air force of any kind. Like at least in the United States, we haven't had like a war with anybody.
It is the thing.
Has an actual force.
It is the thing, right? If you're gonna do bombing runs, they'll mostly just do drone strikes anyway. So they still won't hit their targets. They'll just say that acceptable losses.
You just say it's robots. It's fine, the drones in Ace Combat can't hit their target half the time either.
Try on the harder difficulties. They get a lot more accurate.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Have fun on that mission. Yeah, have fun on that mission where you have to spend half of it without any weapons.
Oh god, yeah, that one was rough. Well, not rough, but like I basically just had to just repeatedly do fucking like missile dodges.
How far are you in, by the way?
I just did the mission as the first mission where you're Strider 1.
Ah, you're finally now you're 3 strikes properly.
Yes.
Is that the one where you have to like
you attack the Navy for 10 minutes basically?
Yeah, you'll be doing that one a lot because it's probably the best mission to farm AP off of to get all the planes.
Yeah, I think I'll go back to that one actually because I did have fun with it.
I recommend also equipping if you got it like the railgun.
Oh yeah, I was using the railgun.
Aimed railgun shot will just drop them in one hit.
Yeah, actually, because
So,
I was having trouble dropping stuff, and I started going through my armaments. I was like, when the fuck did I buy this railgun? And I equipped it, and I was like, oh.
Fun fact, and it's mostly applicable when you get like endgame planes / DLC planes. But if you have a plane that's fast enough to get to the platforms before the cutscene to tell you, hey, blow up the platforms, you will get special dialogue that says, hey, Trigger worked out how to blow up platforms. Just do what he did.
That's pretty cool.
So
basically, if I fly my fat ass in there with the railgun and shoot it, I can get a little special thing.
I'll be honest, there's 2 missions I'm excited for. Actually, no, there's 3 missions I'm excited for you to play.
Is one of them the canyon run in a couple missions?
No.
Oh, because people keep warning me about that, and I'm like, okay.
I mean,
people warn me about the fucking like the one where you go for the former president, and that one wasn't even bad.
I just always like that one. That one's fun, but for plot reasons. No, the ones I mean, the Canyon Run one is whatever. I didn't mind it because it's literally the same as the level from Rogue Squadron 2. Like it's exactly the same. But no, what I was thinking. The one I'm thinking of is the main battle for Farbanti, because that's a fucking great map just to fly around on anyway. So also having like dog fighting and shit on that is great. The other main one I'm thinking of is Mission 19, which is the penultimate one, is fucking great. And it has one of the best theme songs I've ever heard. So look out for that. And then the other one, which is the final DLC mission, because it's basically Metal Gear.
And I do have all the DLC because other than like the stuff that just came out, like because like the stuff that came out for the anniversary, I don't have that because it didn't come with the deluxe edition.
Yeah, but as long as you have the DLC missions, because the final the final of the DLC missions is literally just fucking Metal Gear, but good.
But I've been liking it. The only mission I really had some trouble with was the one where you had to hide in the clouds, pop out, shoot the radar without a missile, and then pop back in. Yeah. It took me several tries to get that.
I think the one I dislike the most for what you've played so far is the one where you're in the desert and you have to spend half of it blowing up the oil
trucks.
Refinery. Yeah, the trucks is just there. I didn't care. I don't think I've ever replayed that one.
I like that one a bit better than the escort one because it took me a minute to figure out how to figure out where the SAT towers were set up.
Yeah. It
took me a little bit to find the SAM missiles because luckily because the visuals are good and the missile trails are good, I was able to deduce. I was like, hey, wait a minute, but it still took a couple tries. I failed a couple times because there was one SAM that I missed and just kept shooting the guy until he died. I do like the little line though when he dies, escort down, mission failed. Not that the cargo was worth anything.
Good old Count.
No, Count doesn't even say that. Bandog says that. Says it wasn't anything worth protecting.
Bandog. What a prick he is.
What do you mean? He's totally a good guy.
No, apart from fuck, who was it? Who he maybe who he probably killed?
Count. Not Count.
No, it's not Count.
Count's the arsonist, the gambler guy who always has the intel, and then he fucking eats shit for that.
Yeah, I can't remember his call sign now, and then he gets mysteriously still registered as a bogey for some reason.
After giving out his location.
No,
Weird.
he basically reveals that he's got like insider information, and it's all like,
yeah, and they're like, hey, what's your coordinates right now? Oh, I'm here. Oh, hey, Count, there's one left.
You've done the cutscene where DC Douglas tells you about Mihail, right?
Yeah, because I also had a
Yes.
dogfight with him.
And his stupid long name.
Yes. I was like, okay. Like, I was like, this name's kind of long, and then it took me a minute, and I was like, oh my god, this is a gag.
When's the name gonna end? Is this all one name?
What I love about it, though, is it's the same cutscene where they do the JPEG dog.
Yeah.
Now I know the story behind the JPEG dog, so, like, but, like, it's still kind of funny just with the long name and then the JPEG dog. Like, all of it hitting at once is just really funny. So, bring out the Bilbine. In the, oh,
Yeah,
and...
for Sabo's sake, I will just post the name in chat because. Oh shit! I didn't even realize his second name is Dimitru. Maybe he's related to the Dimitrescus.
Maybe.
That's a big name.
Yeah.
You get killed. You get shot down before you could even finish that.
So if I tell you how this might actually interest you, if I explain it to you this way, Sabo. So Ace Combat 7 is basically Gundam, but with planes.
Kinda.
No, Mihail is basically Shah, but not a prick.
He's like an old man and like
He's
a really
like
old
Shah
man.
crossed with Master Asia.
By the way, when I had because I've only had one dogfight with him, I want you to guess what plane I happen to be piloting, because I didn't know he was going to be there.
F-14.
No, think about what you're mostly fighting before he shows up.
It's mostly MiGs, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
I was piloting the goddamn A-10.
Ah!
So, hard mode, engage. I
only use the A-10 on ground attacks.
Yeah, so it was all ground attacks. Like, yeah, I'll bring the A-10. This will be great for it. And then fucking Mihai shows up, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm dogfighting in a fucking bomber.
All right, I'll give you this advice.
No, I'll tell you. So it actually, I succeeded my first try with it.
No, this is a bit of future. I'm not going to tell you anything about the mission. There will be a mission called Stonehenge, and it will say,
the next
you want to
mission.
bring Yeah, so it will tell you, you want to bring a bomber because there'll be lots of ground things. Do not bring the A-10.
I will not bring the A-10. I will not bring the A-10.
Well, actually, you've already met Arsenal Bird, so I can tell you, yeah, man, isn't Arsenal Bird just like Arsenal gear?
What? No.
Like, I mean, it's a big, giant vehicle thing that launches a bunch of drones.
What do you mean?
It's like if Arsenal gear didn't suck.
I mean, you're right. I can't even do the bit, you're right. It is better
Like I
Arsenal
said,
gear.
Ace Combat 7, especially those 3 DLC missions, is literally better Metal Gear.
But,
like, you know that meme where you have blank and better blank? Yeah, it's that.
But,
So like, Trigger is basically Solid Snake if he wasn't such a bitch about everything.
where it's just like Snake being like, fuck it, whatever. I guess I'm in prison now.
Where Snake's just like a high D, and Trigger would just be like, target acquired.
Well, Trigger is just like, he sees like a thing fly in his general direction with an enemy tag,
Missile lock.
and it's just like the shotgun loading. Shame.
So he's like Hero.
Yes, only not. Also, still not a bitch, because Hero is also a bitch. Because remember that when Hero actually did kill someone, and then he spent the half the show being sad about it.
It's true, yeah.
Oh no, I killed someone. That thing I've been talking about doing the whole show.
I'll kill
Oh
you.
no.
Oh no, I killed you.
Now I'm sad. I must atone. And then all the people who he goes over to say, you can kill me now, they're like, what? No, get the fuck out of here, kids. Oh,
Stop it.
why won't anyone kill me?
Kill me. No!
Now he knows how Relina feels.
Kill me. No! It'll really cause us. So anyway, Hero, about that killing.
That's... Wow, is this what I've been doing to people? Huh, I'm a monster.
Cucking people from death. What's wrong with me? But yeah, I've been liking the game a lot. And I haven't really played as many of the Ace Combat games, and I would like to at some point go back and try to get some of them and play them. But
Yeah.
having only really played like 2 of the PS1 games and going into 7 actually wasn't as big of a crazy jump to me as I thought it was going to be. Like other than visuals, obviously, and
Like,
better
the only
UI.
thing- The only thing is really, like, I think the President was an important character in the past game. You know, before he, before he caught a case of the explosions.
You know, it happens to all of us.
The orbital elevator was a thing in another game, and a character who will appear related to it was important in another game. And then, like, the whole sort of the surprise reveal, it was the Belkans all along thing, because one of the previous games, the Belkans had decided that after losing a war, that rather than lose, they would turbo nuke themselves into oblivion.
And so they did.
Yeah, and they did. And I guess, to be fair, it worked. You can't nuke them if they're already nuked.
You didn't win. But,
I
yeah,
appreciate a countrywide level of you didn't win at energy.
Yeah. But yeah, I did manage to... I got shot once when I was piloting the A-10, but I also got to shoot him once. And then the rest of it was just us, like, circling each other and shooting at each other and missing each other. I think I hit him a couple times with a machine gun, but that was pretty much the entirety of the rest of the fight until he fucks off because he gets tired.
Yeah. Because he is an old-ass man.
So, but at the same time, it is kind of cool, though. Like, just from, like, thinking about it, the fact that I was able to, like, survive this motherfucker while piloting a goddamn bomber. I know the game doesn't, like, respond to the fact that that's what happened, but it is just cool, like gameplay-wise. It's like, hey, I managed to survive this with a fucking A-10. If I was piloting it at something where I saw I was going to be in a dogfight, I probably would have, at that time, probably pulled out either the 15 or the 16.
But
I have that weird 16 upgrade thing. It's like a fictional one that I use a lot now.
But I do think in a really roundabout way, Ace Combat 7 is like one of the best mech game of recent memory.
Without it being actual mechs.
Yeah, well, that's the one downside to my statement, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not actually mechs here. But I mean, it has all the trappings of a mecha series.
It feels like it wants to make mechs, but it hasn't yet.
It feels like it's designed by someone who goes, I like Gundam. I like...
Steve, you can't make them robots. I really want to make them robots, though.
But we already programmed in the girl walk mode.
Come on, can I just turn it into a biped for a second? Have it, just pick a couple tanks? No, we're trying to be jets.
A bipedal jet, go away, Snake.
A bipedal jet? War's changed.
Yeah, Ace Combat 7 was like one of my top games of 2019.
It'll probably end up one of mine for this year, since it's a game that I played this year. There's not really a whole lot of games coming out this year that I have really any inclination towards. There's Guilty Gear. I want to play that. There's the new Pathfinder game, Wrath of the Righteous, and that's about it.
I'm curious about Resident Evil 8, but I'm not interested enough to get it, immediately. I'll probably wait, hold off. Weirdly enough, I think the thing I'm most looking forward to this year is that Manhunter DLC they announced. Because I do love me some serial killer sharks. It appeals to a part of my brain.
It is still, that game is just... The fact that that game exists is so funny to me. I have not played it. It's one of those things where I partially want to play it, but, not enough to where I've gone out of my way to actually, buy it.
It is basically Jaws Unleashed, but as a functional game.
Yeah.
where I'm not sure how to feel about. Although I think I said before, my one issue is that at the moment it doesn't go quite as ridiculous as Jaws Unleashed did.
You don't get to drag a corpse over to an eye scanner and go through a door as a shark.
I mean, that's ridiculous, but that's also not fighting a giant squid in an underwater vase kind of ridiculous. Which is an actual boss fight in that game. And I want more of that shit. I want fucking having a duel with Shamu where you then fucking jump her in the air with her and rip the killer whale in half to spray whatever poor spectators are still left.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I've seen that fight.
Fucking Jaws Unleashed is that game where if it was better, it would be the best PS2 game ever made. But because it's held back by big, dog shit.
If they just gave them a little bit more time.
Basically. If it wasn't so janky, buggy, and just really bad to play, and doesn't feel good to play, it could have been the greatest game ever made. But then what can you not... What else? I mean, I'm sure you can say about a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah, you really can, unfortunately. But, it definitely inspired that game. Like, there's no way it was not inspired. Like, it didn't look at that and goes, we can make that.
It's basically the same game.
Yeah.
Although, actually, Sabo, I have a question for you. Since I know what Dan will say anyway. Was the 2003 Hulk movie good?
I didn't know back then, and I'm not sure now.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's because someone linked me a Twitter post that's basically said about, I'll defend to the death these movies, and I don't remember the evil ones, but I remember the Hulk 2003 stuck out to me because I was like, I've not seen that movie in like 20 years or something. And I can't even be sure, actually must be getting close to it, 18.
Yeah.
And I remember not liking it because I thought it was at the time I was like, it was too busy not going in either direction. Like, you either go really lean into Hulk smash or you lean into the whole I have really bad crippling depression and mental issues. And also Hulk dogs is a terrible idea. Don't do it.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
Why have a Hulk poodle? That's just awful. Whoever designed that should be slapped in the face. But I remember the game based on it being okay. Not great, but okay.
Pretty good, Alex. Not great, but pretty good.
Seemed better. I mean, it's no ultimate destruction.
We can't all be ultimate destruction.
Man, I wish we could bring that game back. It's the best Hulk adaptation since the 90s show.
Yeah. By the way, in terms of my answer for that Hulk movie, honestly, I don't even fucking remember it. So I can't even say yeah, it's definitely terrible. I don't remember a fucking thing about it.
That's the problem. It's so kind of boring that no one remembers it enough to remember that they hate it or not.
I didn't even remember the fucking dogs.
I remember the dogs because I remembered that being like, wow, that was awful. I will remember this until the day I die. Curse you, Ang Lee.
I won't remember anything else, but I'll remember this.
I remember the Hulk poodle.
I remember the pain you caused me. Also, Rudy's here.
Hi, Rudy.
Yeah. Shame Shigiri's not here. It's a shame she's dead and not coming back.
All things considered, as far as rivals go, Rudy's fine.
Oh, I like
she's
Rudy.
pleasant. I think she's pleasant about it. She's not like, say, what's his name? Speed guy.
No, Speed guy.
Speed.
So fast.
Fast! Yeah, I did not care for him.
Poor Speed guy.
I was like, oh, you're back, okay. We're doing this again, alright.
He's dead.
Okay.
And at least she's no Asakim.
I don't know who that is.
You're better off not knowing who Asakim is.
Which game was that from?
He's from Z.
Oh.
Yeah. He's basically evil Masaki.
Ah.
And basically, I mean, his name is an anagram of Masaki, and his mech looks suspiciously like an evil version of Psybuster.
At least they're subtle about it.
And all of his attacks are just evil versions of Psybusters.
At least they're subtle about it.
I am not Masaki, I am evil Masaki.
By the way, just as a dumb aside, it just made me think as we're talking about like rivals and stuff like that. My brain has, for whatever reason, keeps devolving into doing like bad Virgil impressions, and I don't know why.
Because I guess you're motivated.
Because like it'll just be something like mundane, suddenly it just turns into fucking Virgil. Like some like bit about like some convenience store, and suddenly Virgil's the one behind the counter.
That just shows you how powerful he really is.
My power, Dante.
Why do you choose? Why do you not accept the power? The power of our father, Sparta.
There was one that I saw where there was a mod and they did a slight edit to the video, and Virgil, instead of holding Yamato, and says like, "You want it? Come take it." Instead, he's just holding a fucking body pillow.
Yeah, I've seen that image. I still think my favourite Virgil line is, give it. And then Dante's like, no, you've got your own. Well, I want yours too.
I want yours too.
Because it just makes Virgil seem so petty and childish.
I want it too. Gimme. Gimme. I want 7. I want the sumo slammers. Oh, sweet. We get to hear the new theme song now, because Toguri isn't actually dead and she's back.
Yeah, the rocking theme song. Where it's basically we just got a guitar and said yeah, whatever.
They're both really fucking good.
I think what my favourite suit. Oh, actually, no.
I will say the theme song for this one feels more. It's gonna sound weird. It feels more like an Ace Combat theme.
Yeah, I can kind of hear it. I was gonna say, man, I'm not even sure what my favourite Super Robot theme is of all time. And I was like, no, I do know, it's Trombe. Of course it's Trombe.
Why would it not be Trombe?
Why wouldn't it be Trombe?
I know Trombe, even I know it, I've listened to it. I still think, honestly, it'd probably be one of two of Sagiri's themes. I just really like them, and depending on my mood, I'll tell you a different one.
I think I wish Trombe was more of a meme. Like, could you imagine?
Used to be.
Like, no, but I want it to come back, like researchers, whole new generation of people to just like completely derail like serious moments with, and then Trombe.
You want like next time they put it in there for Trombe to be programmed to do that.
I mean, it can't. I mean, it is the only.
Well,
thing
programmed on
Trombe
purpose.
It is!
Oh, it's
By
on
now.
purpose. I thought it was a bug.
After the first time it was a bug, and then every other time they made it so Trombe overrides everything but the final boss phase.
Oh, okay. So it's basically like the fucking Gandhi, the Gandhi thing, where it started off as a bug, and then it just became a feature.
The only time it doesn't work is if the theme is actually somehow being played in universe. Like the one guy who has speakers on the side of his ship that like plays some song, and then like there's no overriding it. When he fights him, he's like, something is wrong here.
Or that time in Alpha 3 where they played Gong.
Yes.
But in Universe they played Gong because they had Macross people. That's the only time Trombe won't just override. So it's very rare that Trombe doesn't just override.
Gong overrides Trombe. But what
Yeah,
overrides Gong?
They're actually like broadcasting it.
Yes,
It's a important reason that they're playing Gong.
Yes, but what overrides Gong, though? So Trompe overrides Gong, and it gets overridden by Gong, but what overrides Gong?
Dead or Alive by Jam Project.
Just a different Jam Project song each time.
I mean, we just described the main theme of like every Super Robot was since Alpha, so yes, it's always they're all Jam Project.
Well, yeah.
Like, the only other thing that could maybe
I mean, this one is Tread on a Tiger's Tail.
Yeah, I don't care for this one as much as
I like it.
I think it's fine. It's like I think Exceeder was better though.
Which one's Exceeder?
V. But I mean, that being said, I really like the anime themes for the two adaptations of the OG stuff.
Mm. Alright. So now we have...
Especially Maxon. Maxon's a great track.
And now we have...
But I will still
Rex.
say, I think Dead or Alive is the best Jam Project-like theme. It's fucking great.
Well, the cool thing now is that since the Tornado Rex is here, and it's put in the enemies got put into a great line for her fucking map attack. I'm gonna get like fucking 5 of them. Enjoy death. Oh wait, shit. I still want to have Akito kill some things to be on the safe side. So, I guess in this one, we'll definitely get killed from this. So, Akito, smash! Good. Alright, so now it's only 4. But that's fine. It's still 4.
As long as it's not 4 in the Psycho Gundam.
By this time in the game's timeline, she's been long dead.
It doesn't usually stop him. Like, Master Asia is long dead by the game timeline, and he's still around.
Yeah, and they're just like, well, how are you back? Shut up! Stop asking me!
Devil Gundam Cells.
GG Cells.
Getaways, pick one. Zonda Metal.
I was gonna say Saunders. The Invaders!
I mean, I'd say the Invaders would qualify as Getaways. It's like, I guess that's the point. I did like a sort of binge through all of the Invincible comic book out of curiosity after watching the show. It's pretty good. I think it kind of suffers from the image problem.
Where a lot of the characters tend to be discounted Marvel or DC.
Yeah, it's like when you see Savage Dragon show up, and I'm like, that's just Hulk with a fin, though. Like, it's just Hulk with fin.
Yeah.
And like... And also the fact that most Image Comic Studios fucking died.
Yeah.
Oh, that even reminds me, it's even sort of related. A friend of mine linked me a famous quote by Transformers comic writer Simon Furman when asked if Pat Lee would work at IDW, and he said, and I quote, "over my dead body."
Oh, sweet. I do. By the way, I just checked. I do have enough kills between Ruri and Nikito. I just checked their tokens real fast.
Because man, we rag on what's his face, Rob Liefeld for being a terrible businessman, but fucking hell, Pat Lee is also arguably worse.
Yeah. At least Liefeld's funny.
At least Liefeld's not part of maybe a money-making. Isn't like, completely in a money-making scam.
Maybe only partially.
Liefeld feels like the person, but there's no malicious intent. He just kind of bumblefucks his way into doing these horrible things.
Yeah.
Pat Lee feels like it's definitely malicious.
It's like, I mean, still, like, one of my favorite things that Liefeld did was the one where it was when New 52 first hit, and the Batman team was all like, yeah, look at our sales. Our sales were amazing. And Liefeld go, dude, you're writing Batman. Of course it's going to sell.
It does actually remind me.
He's right.
But it does remind me, I was thinking about it, it's kind of amazing that Spawn's not made a comeback these last few years. Like, considering how usually on the ball McFarlane was about, like, cross-marketing, you would have thought, like, another Spawn, a rebooted Spawn movie, or another Spawn, like, Netflix or Spawn, like, Netflix show or whatever would have been on the cards.
Spawn anything, really.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking that normally for how much McFarlane was good at, like, just kind of getting his character out, getting Spawn out there, I kind of would have thought with, like, the massive comic boom, Spawn would be, like, the number one thing to go for.
That he would have popped back out and all this shit. I think the most he did was, I think he appeared in one video game, that's about it.
Yeah, he's in,
Mortal Kombat, I think?
Probably everyone's in Mortal Kombat these days.
If they're a character that your dad likes, they're probably in Mortal Kombat.
Or Tekken.
Well, no. It's Tekken's DLC is so... It's so nonsensical, really, when you think about it.
Hey, let's get...
Because you have Geese. Because you have, like, Geese, and Geese makes sense, because it's a fighting game character. And then you have fucking Noctis and Negan.
I mean, I kind of get Noctis, because, yeah, Japanese companies, cross-promotion, whatever, you know... Cloud and Sephiroth and Smash. Negan makes no fucking sense to me.
Negan is literally, he just really liked The Walking Dead and like Negan, he wanted Negan in. And Negan is like gonna be probably one of the most dated fucking like crossover characters in the series.
Yeah, but let's be honest, he'll also never come back.
No.
Like, all the other characters probably might come back. Unlikely, but
You have a better chance for Gon to come back.
Miss Gon.
I do too. But he was a guest character, because he was like a manga character.
Yeah, he's like a random gag manga character, and that's why we can never have Gon come back.
Yeah.
That's why whenever Gon's not on screen, everyone asks, where's
Gon?
He's gone.
And what's funny is, poor Harada's had to explain this so many times.
Should just get like a card printed that just explains the whole story, so you just hold it up.
It's fine, he's not the producer of Tekken anymore. He's higher up in Namco now. But, yeah, like, Negan is such a dated choice. I mean, like, people have already kind of forgot about The Walking Dead. Which is something that I predicted was going to be a thing that would happen, and nobody believed me at the time for some reason. But, you know, I'm used to it, though, because I am Cassandra.
I mean, it lasted 8 years. It's good for most TV shows or whatever.
Yeah, but it, like, immediately got forgotten.
Yeah.
More people remember the Drew Carey show. You can even get that on DVD.
I'm not sure why you would want to, but you can.
There's no DVDs for the Drew Carey show?
No.
Huh.
I only know this because someone else told me about it, and I was like, huh. Because apparently there's something with the like, copyrights. What?
Sorry, that reminds me. So, a friend of... you know, The Legend of the Galactic Heroes?
Yeah.
No.
Did you hear about the Sentai Filmworks thing when they released it? Well, they released it. A box set, all 160-something episodes. Limited run.
Oh, so a Sentai Works release.
Do you want to know how much it cost?
How much?
Go on, guess.
200?
A little bit more.
300.
600.
A little bit more.
More than 300 or 600?
What if I just say $800 dues?
Wow.
You know what's funny? I literally, the other day, had a... Actually, you finish this point first, because I'm going to be making fun of Sentai Works more in a second.
Well, do you want to know the really funny thing?
What?
I mean, aside from that, it does actually at least look like a good box. But I know someone who bought it.
Who bought it?
A friend of mine.
Oh, nobody we know, okay.
No, nobody... Well, Sabo would know her.
Oh, okay. But, So... About
$800.
About Sentai Works, that's why I made the joke of like, oh, limited run, so a Sentai Works release, because that's all they ever do is limited runs. But, that came up as a conversation, not really a conversation, something that I ended up tweeting out, because I was curious because I thought for a while that Azumanga Daioh never had a re-release, which I thought was weird considering how popular it was. And, there was a re-release by Sentai Works.
But apparently part of the problem, especially for like Legend of the Galactic Heroes, and that why it's like the way it is because like because so many different companies have the rights to it, that licensing it is basically impossible, and that's why this is $800 US dollars.
You know, I kind of get it in this one regard, but usually their stuff is just overpriced.
Yeah.
But, so with the Azumanga Daioh one, so yeah, Sentai Works apparently, at some point, I don't know when, had the rights to Azumanga Daioh, or got the rights, and did release a full DVD set. But because it's Sentai Works, it was an extremely limited run, and what's really funny is, the limited run of Azumanga Daioh from them is like a couple bucks, is like 100 and something, and if you want to just buy the ADV release, well, one of the two ADV releases, because they had the thin and the fat boxes, I think it's the fat boxes are actually just slightly cheaper from ADV if you just want to get those instead of just buying the re-released Sentai Works one. Which is just really fucking funny to me.
Well, I find absolutely funny, the funniest thing about the whole $800 of anime is it's already sold out.
Well, yeah, limited run. Even with the 800, it's still a very limited run, so... It's
Well, my
Sentai
friend
Works.
told me that. My friend told me that. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't think I caught that. Or how much did you say? $800 dues. Because I feel like when you get to numbers that big, the only way to like sort of make it not horrifying is to say it in dollary dues.
You're right. Like when you get to the point where I'm looking at your numbers and that's sounding closer and closer to a car payment, I start like tugging at my collar. Like car down payment. Like I'm just like, maybe I won't get that. That sounds like a car down payment. Fuck.
But she said that, well, her reasoning was, well, if I resell it, I can make my money back almost instantly. And I'm like, I guess you're not wrong.
Well, that depends. Depends on the demand. Because something can be... Because you have to remember, sometimes people will jack up stuff in the aftermarket to like a ridiculous price and then nobody buys it because nobody actually cares for it.
But, yeah, I was like, when I found that out, I was like, sorry, what?
It's insane. That's fucking insane.
Although she at least said, well, it was basically off of her, thingy check.
Oh, the, stimulus. That,
Yeah.
honestly, if you're gonna use your stimulus and be like, I'm just gonna buy an $800 thing, fuck it. Honestly, that's understandable. It's like, I got this money that I don't, if it's something she got and she's like, I don't need this, and be like, fuck it, I'll just splurge on something stupid. That's entirely understandable.
I hope she likes this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was worth it.
I guess she could resell it for, like, some money if she doesn't. Maybe.
I mean, she probably would at least make back what she paid on it. I don't think she'd make, like, necessarily, like, get, like, 100% like, profit, but she probably would still get profit if she resold it. But yeah, I was just like, man, $800 on anime.
Yeah.
It's god-tier weeb stuff.
That's a level of weeb I am not at. And I'm pretty weeb. I mean, look at the fuck. I am playing an import game, for Christ's sake.
It's not even a really weeby show.
No, it's too I mean, as I said to her when she was talking to me about it, I was like, I don't really care for most space operas, because I say that if you're going to go to space, you're only going to go for two reasons: either to use giant robots or to fuck aliens. Nothing else. Everything else is a waste of time. Look, all I'm saying is, in any sort of in any kind of like real, life scenario, if you met AT, yeah, you might go, oh, I'm your friend, but then in the back of your mind, you'd be thinking, can I fuck this? Because that's what everyone would be thinking.
But I'm Ace, so no.
But that's just how the human brain works. You meet something. Actually, that even reminds me. So I was being told about an Australian saying that goes, "You don't fuck spiders," and I'm like, I bet someone did though. I bet someone tried. It is a very Australian saying.
It is very Australian.
But yeah. I think if John Carpenter's the thing, had they not been already desperate and insane, someone would have gone for if they'd have found the dog flower thing first, and gone, I reckon I can stick something in that.
Jesus fuck.
I mean, that's kind of why I can't believe Lovecraft stuff. It's like saying, oh, it's unimaginable. I think, yeah, but someone would still try and fuck it, though.
It drives you mad! Yeah, mad with lust.
It doesn't even need to be lust. I think some people would just do it for the chat. I think people would just kind of do it for the, I wonder if I could.
Well, the phase is down. It only was able to survive 2 attacks from the Tornado Rex.
Well, I mean, That's the beauty of the human condition. We're all about experimenting.
Boy.
Ah,
Let's see. Beats no Rex. I have no idea if I have the SR point, but the SR points don't really matter at the moment because I have so many SR points, so...
probably already have enough to get the final ending.
Yeah.
The true ending.
So even if I didn't make the funds, it doesn't matter. Which I probably didn't, because I didn't see a little like thing pop up while I was fighting. Because Rudy kind of got herself fucked up pretty quick.
These things happen.
It's like, Rudy, stop attacking. Maybe you won't die. Oh, you're gonna keep attacking. I guess you're gonna die then. RIP! I still think it's funny that Rami's fucking like, look, I'm an alien thing, turns her hair blue and her eyes turn like pink, and I'm just like, there's a lot of people on Earth who just have that in this game.
You're just an anime girl, Rami. Shut the fuck up.
Like, Rami, shut up. You don't have I was like when she's like, I'm gonna show you. I was expecting like antennas or something to pop up. It's like, it's just blue hair. There's literally people in this game like Alan B's right there.
God, she should never meet like Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever.
King of Games.
I mean, just look at that hair. He's gotta be an alien.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Wasselman. I do like his design. He just looks so weird, and I like it.
Oh.
Wasselman, Digivolved too.
Oh man, I didn't actually see. Or did you see that sort of April Fool's thing that Digimon and Metabots did?
No.
Where they basically made like an Omnimon version for Metabots. With Meta being Rakusho.
Good.
I saw that. I was like, this is a high quality shit post from an official source.
The closest thing I could think of something like that was like, remember the old like Super Saiyan like 5 design that was an April Fool's joke?
Yes.
That like
that one was.
Huh?
That one wasn't official though, was it?
It was official, I think.
Oh.
And
I thought it was like a fan thing.
I think it was. God, I'm forgetting now because it was that thing has such a weird, complicated history to it. And I remember like hearing about it, and I fucking forgot. But yeah, I just still think it's funny that Rami's like, I'm gonna show you how an alien turns hair blue and eyes turn pink. It's like, okay. Like, there's people with pink eyes in this game that aren't you and aren't from space.
Or are they?
Bum!
Maybe that was the twist.
They might be from the other galaxy, to be fair.
No, not even talking about those ones. Alan B's from Earth.
Alan B was from space the whole time.
Dun, dun, dun. Alan B was 4 all along.
Oh no. Well, she did go crazy and have an unrequited love.
It's true. And then the show implies that she gets with that weird blind dude. Like, why? You never even had screen time together. This is weird.
Well, could be worse, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it could be Saisaishi, which has multiple problems.
Exactly.
1, kid. 2, Saisaishi.
I feel like being Saisaishi is a bigger problem than being a kid, honestly.
Why do you think that? That's why I scaled it the way I did. I mean, he's still better Wu-Fei, but you know.
At least Wu-Fei's legal, I think.
I don't know. No, I don't. I don't think Wu-Fei's ever legal.
Wu-Fei had a wife.
Wu-Fei is never legal. You get arrested if you try to fuck Wu-Fei because no one should let him reproduce.
I mean, that does explain why Sally just kind of disappeared, doesn't it? Then.
Yes. Sally, we need you to come with us. You were trying to fuck Wu-Fei. Not allowed. What? Going to die now.
Was Sally in Endless Waltz? I forget.
Don't know. I don't remember. I haven't seen Endless Waltz since I was like...
Yeah, she was.
Okay.
What about that chick with the eyebrows who just kind of appears and then disappears? What's her name?
I have no idea.
Dorothy.
Yeah.
But she's in it, but only in like one of the
scene.
versions, and only in one scene.
Man. I love that Endless Waltz is such a solved problem. It's like, oh no, we need the Gundams. Where are they? Well, they're in space being shot towards the sun. Why? Well, we didn't think we'd need them. Well, why didn't you just blow them up then? Like you did at the end of this?
Well, you see, this is more dramatic.
Fucking. It's all just because having the Gundams from the start would solve the problem in like 5 minutes.
Yes. Like, actually, yes. Like, hey, Steve, I looked over your story for Endless Waltz, yeah? The Gundams solved the problem immediately. Ah, fuck.
Well, then they just don't have Gundams.
But where are they?
They're flying towards the sun.
I mean, that's about part of the course for the show. Remember how often they were just like, we won't bring them.
We don't need Gundams where we're going. Immediately needs the Gundams.
Ah, shit, we need a Gundam. Hell, I'd settle for a Jagan. A what? A Jagan? What are you talking about? There's no Jagans here. You get a Leo. Oh, not even a tall geese? No, you don't get a tall geese.
You get a Taurus.
Oh.
I like how Oz has all of the Zodiac things, but then also tall geese. And it's like, geese aren't part of the Zodiac.
They are now. Anyway, that'll do it for Super Robot Wars. Some of the last 2 maps were actually a lot shorter than the ones before.
Oh, just wait.
Oh no, I know they get longer. But we'll see you next time for more Robots of Wars. Have a good day. Time to leave.